Welcome students. Today in class 10 we will learn chapter 15 our environment, and today's topic is food chain and food web. So as we know, green plants do photosynthesis and make their own food, and all other heterotrophs are dependent on the autotrophs, that is green plants. But the ultimate source of energy is the sun. So all the green plants, all the producers get their energy from the sun. So all the green plants can use up only up to 1% of energy which they receive from the sun, and the total energy which they receive, only the 10% goes to the primary consumer, and 10% of the total primary consumer energy will go to the secondary consumer, and 10% of the total secondary consumer energy will go to the tertiary consumer. So in any food chain, so we will be starting from a green plants and it will be ending at a tertiary consumer, and middle many consumers may persist. So in here you can see three types of food chain has been shown. So A is a forest food chain, in B it is a grassland food chain, and in C it is a pond food chain. So in a forest food chain, you can say the forest, in forest many herbivores are there, and herbivores are the primary consumers. Here the secondary consumer is no such there, and it will be eaten up by the tiger. So tiger is the tertiary consumer. But in the forest, in the grassland ecosystem, you can see on the grasses many insects are there, so they are the primary consumer. Then the frogs are the secondary consumer. Here the snakes or the birds are the tertiary consumer. And in last, here you can see in the pond ecosystem many pond leaves there, pond plants are there feeding, which the primary consumer takes, and in some many insects or some phytoplanktons or zooplanktons, they will be eaten by bigger fishes, and those fishes will be eaten by heron. So here this one is a primary consumer, secondary consumer, and the tertiary consumer. So these are the very basic steps of the food chain. But in our normal ecosystem, all the food chains are not so simple. Sometimes many food chains are interlinked with each other. So and each of the level is known as a trophic level. So at the below, all the green plants or the producers will get their energy from the sun. And then you can see here is a blue line which indicates as a these groups are under the groups of producers. So they are producing, and they are producing it by taking the energy from the sun. So after that, the producers will be eaten by those herbivores. All herbivores, you can see some are interlinked with each other also, and those herbivores will be eaten by the carnivores or the secondary consumers, and those secondary consumers will be eaten by any of the tertiary consumers. So you can see many of the plants are interlinked with each other, and many food waves are together interlinked. So for that reason it is called food wave. So it is forming a complex structure, and you can see by the blue lines it is being separated as this level is as a producer, this is as a herbivores, these are carnivores, and these are top carnivores. So I think the food chain and food web is clear for everyone. Thank you for today. Bye bye.